Morning everybody. So the weekend waffle comes to you from a lay-by in North Yorkshire between we were on the way to Harrogate and Skipton, between Skipton and Harrogate. Lovely gateway to Farmer's Field in a beautiful lay-by. I had to say, it's been a bit of a sort of traumatic and emotional, scary but also beautiful time out here. I'd spent a good 5 days at Ian's before I'd come, so I'd already sort of nearly spent the first week of my month out planned at Ian's, and I was off grid there really. Then of course going up to scatter the ashes, that was a real traumatic drive. The sat nav I programmed to go, wait, Chief, come here. Hang on, she just caught, just saw a rat or something go flying in front of her, and she just missed it. That was fast, wasn't it? That was definitely a big rat or something. Anyway, so sorry about that. You heard the squeak when Chief, come. I think, oh my god, they're a bit bigger than the little shrews I'm used to. Anyway, I was just saying, yeah, the sat nav sent me over the Manchester Road, which I didn't enjoy at all. I'd done it the time prior to that, and obviously checked at the lay-bys. It was horrible, but I had programmed the sat nav to send me up the A1, and for some reason it sent me the other direction. That meant that I was going up towards all around the back, and I had to go through a right old B road. That was really scary to get myself into. You actually saw Ingleton in that, which it is what it was. I didn't expect it, and because obviously if I'd gone the other way, I would have just had to cope with this A road, and I knew that A road, and even with it going up and down a little bit, I knew the road. That makes sense. So anyway, but say I had a wonderful time at Sticky Stone. Well, I say wonderful. It was beautiful to see that. Obviously, I've already put up the actual scattering the ashes time. I've still got all the video to post regarding our time there, and obviously all the different laybys and places that we've been since. I'm sort of a bit stuck on power and internet at the moment, so I'm not driving much. Obviously, my jacker is going down slowly, and I intended to plug it in and drive a bit today and let it recharge, but we didn't go very far. Chiefy Tangle, darling. So yeah, it's obviously been good to see Little Spirit is feeling a lot better. You may not have been aware because obviously the vlogs haven't got out yet, but his third eyelid was showing quite a bit at Ian's, which I thought could have been the dust from being there. Both of them were, and then we found out that he had a bad leg and painful to touch. He was all painkillered up and obviously being wormed and defleed and all that before we left as well, just as precaution. But before all this, he's always been quite a slow little boy, so I couldn't really judge it on movement and that, but he just wanted to sleep. But now he's back up and perky, his eyes are not back to normal, so obviously the pulled muscle or whatever it was is better, and he's better in himself, so that's really good. And he's out hunting with Mischief at the moment. Yes, I seriously considered selling Grace and get some smaller, and that's something I probably will do in the future as well, when I can get the money towards earning money in that, and I can't do anything for a year obviously. It's just scary. The thing is, it's not, Grace is running beautifully, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with Grace at all. Ian's done a fabulous job of getting her on the road, keeping her on the road, and she's running too fast for me, if anything. She's running too well. I just have this paranoia and anxiety I've had ever since I was a child. I can't even go on like kiddie roller coasters or anything, or big wheels or anything, because I have this fear and this anxiety that I get. Even riding ponies and horses downhill, I had the same thing. And even in my van, I always go very, very slow downhill and over brake and everything. I'm just very cautious and just got this fear of brakes going or it running off with me, or just not stopping at the bottom. And Grace is obviously a big lorry, and I want to keep control of her. And obviously that's just good, safe driving. But when you're got a whole load of traffic behind you, and that's extra pressure on you, and I don't want to sort of upset them, or so I'm sort of going to. I was thinking she's too big for me, anything else, but whatever vehicle I have, I'm going to be behaving this way. And yeah, I was obviously got really emotional over it. I thought I was a failure. I thought I can't cope with her. Driving her on the roads, normally I'm fine. On the A roads I'm doing okay. Every time I'm coming to a sharp bend or downhill, of course I'm over cautious, but I'd rather do that than kill myself, or have my anxiety get the better of me, or have something hit something the other way. So at the same time, going too slow can always be also be dangerous, so I'm aware of that. So I'm just like, I overthink things. But yes, one day I would like to have a smaller vehicle that I can go off around places and that. But right now, Grace is at home. She's doing great. She's absolutely lovely. I have no problem with her at all. Looking at the vehicles, there's nothing that can replace her that's of the same sort of, in with how she is and all that she's been through. I can't see anything for the budget I would have to, replace her. So I either put up with my fear. And don't get me wrong, Grace is safe. Her brakes are working, she's going down the hills fine, she's holding the road fine. Obviously she's top heavy, so we're doing this all the time. So if you're going around with a camber and on the bend and going downhill, I've got a bad back from trying to twist my back to try and stay upright and hold on for dear life. But it's just getting used to it, I suppose. And but 80% of the time I'm absolutely fine. I've just got it's just those fears, isn't it, anxieties, and I accept being older as well. My anxieties are probably more heightened. I am on my own, not that matters to me. I don't bother about that. That doesn't worry me at all. I mean, I don't think, I'm driving on my own and, I'm scared. Being out here on my own is lovely. I've got my cats and that's all the company I want, need, and I'm happy with. I love my cats. I'm grateful that they're with me, and I'm so happy that they're enjoying themselves. I felt so guilty that I had to come away from Ingleton and that, where I was going to go walking myself as well, and give them a bit more open space and that. But I didn't know about the heat wave. It's typical, isn't it? I have been off grid, so I had no warning. I had no idea about it. So thank you to those who told me that it was going to get worse for me to get out of there and stop these suffering. So it's actually making me sit and relax and sit outside and do nothing and have the rest I need. So, I shouldn't really complain. It's exactly the break I needed. I can't sit in the lorry and do anything or paint or anything. So, is Chief tangled? Come here, darling. Let's get your leg out. Get your leg out. Good girl. Good girl, sweetheart. I saw that big rat. I did. Clever girl. You weren't fast enough, were you? So I'd like to be able to sit in Grace and enjoy some time with her and sit at the desk. But these two are now behaving outside the lorry and well tethered, and I can trust them to stay this side and that. So I could obviously be inside painting a drum or doing something like that, or writing or whatever, or working on the internet if I had any power. But no, I'm sitting outside in the chair with them and enjoying the country, and that's lay-by like this. I'm looking out onto the field. There's beautiful views and we can hear the traffic, but at least I'm in fresh air, the country air, and not outside the bungalow. So for that I'm very grateful and very blessed. So I'm actually heading back home, slowly heading towards the A1, and I'll then just drive all the way home once I get to that, hit that. It's nice to find a couple of nice laybys like this on the way back. Hoping to be back for the Monday, because I'm Sunday night, so I then put my bin out on Monday, because every 2 weeks that bin gets collected, and I can empty all these bins here. I'm still obviously carrying all my rubbish with me and all my compost toilet and everything with me, so it'd be good to sort of get that gone round, and sit around the bungalow for another couple of weeks, and we miss that. So are we on Saturday today now? Yeah, so I'll stay here the night, and then probably then what's that? So it's Saturday. What are we on Saturday? So if I stay here the night, then tomorrow obviously we'll have to sort of head back home, if we're going to do that, unless we find something really, really nice that tempts us. I haven't got to there is another lay-by I was heading for, which is just an old road one. I don't think it'd be as pretty as this. Depends how stressed I get out, obviously, on the driving. And then, so if I'm home around Monday time, then I've obviously got to do a couple of days washing, resting, emptying the lorry, tidying up, dealing with anything, getting any food orders in and everything. And then I'm heading off for the next weekend. We'll be down to Cozy Adventures Hardy's chill out thing down Lincoln Way. So that will probably ideally take me a couple of days to drive down there, so we can try and find some stops to enjoy on the way down there as well. So obviously I've got to head home anyway to do that. So whereas I would have obviously spent a couple more weeks up here, or head over to WildKatt, which I wanted to check out, the fuel for that, use the fuel to go home and get down to Lincoln, hopefully, but be in the same situation that I only had enough fuel to get one way. So if I'm stuck in Lincoln, I'm stuck in Lincoln until my money comes about to get back up. But obviously there's to be plenty of park-ups in Lincoln, I'd hope. And Off-Grid Nomad says, that it has no trouble down there. But, I'll try and get back, because then, we'll see what happens, obviously, at the end of the day. I'm in no rush to sort of go anywhere, but obviously I've got to keep an eye on the bungalow, so I want to sort of come back every couple of weeks or so to, say, do the washing, empty the bins and everything. And then I am booked in for the Overlander show. Again, not got the money for that yet, not necessarily going to go to sell Grace. I'm going to put her on display, and I think I really want to see Grace through her MOT and see what state she's in, because there's no reason for me to sell her, and I need her at the end of the day. And it's a home for the cats. The cats know it's home, so it's right in my eye. Hi, baby. And that's the other thing I'm concerned about. Obviously, Spirit knows it as his home. Mischief knows it as her full-time home. Been bitten. So obviously, if we have something else, or even a car, they've got to readjust. I do want to spend a lot more time at the bungalow, get that tidy and sorted. Maybe spend a lot more time in there over winter or whatever, or to sort of save a bit of money on the fuel and everything. I'm not going to afford the liquid heating or anything like that, but it's going to be warmer in there than having to run the diesel, or say go in bed and have a duvet or something in there. And also, obviously, I've got to hey, good baby, get that ready in case the lorry does fail its MOT and I've got to have somewhere to live. So yeah, it's but yeah, it's just this and the Overlander is my last two planned booked things. I don't need to obviously come back up here till the memorial next year, so I want to start fretting about going uphill and down Dale, and I'll certainly avoid the Manchester Road, and obviously the roads down south are a lot better and wider, and I'm used to travelling on the motorways in this, that I get sent on the motorways, and that's easy enough. But I would like to enjoy Grace, and I'll make the most of her now. This I may be cut short as where I can go in that, but I'm so grateful that I got back up here. Grace, I really wanted Grace and these two cats to be part of the end of that journey, and be part of the scattering and the memorial, because it's an end in the era, and if a big chapter, a lot of my cats, and obviously I'm starting a new one now, just going forward with these two, and it may be me in a car, it may be me with nothing, it may be whatever. I'm mentally prepared for that. I certainly am, and obviously if I can find somewhere locally to park the lorry up, and I can take the cats into the bungalow, I'm not going to be that stressed over something happening to Grace, or getting vandalised, or getting nicked again. She's insured at the end of the day, and whereas before I wouldn't leave her because I was scared of losing her. If I'm thinking, well, if she goes, and then I'll car would do, just to get me out, and I'll be able to go back over to Coniston and back to the places I'm desperate to get to. So I'll turn it into a positive if anything happens that way. But yeah, quickly want to say huge thanks to all who have reached out and supported me and backed me all the way, and and keep commenting, keep supporting me. Obviously a lot of people have gone that I thought would sort of stay in touch and that, but it's just a very lonely journey, a journey on my own, and I appreciate that. It's something that I've got to now sort myself out and get stronger with, and sort my health out with. But thank you very much to my followers, my subscribers, new or old, and those to come. I am, touch wood, at the moment coping with budgeting. It's actually helping to be out on the road. I'm eating less, so that's helping as well, and I'm not exercising and walking as much as I'd like to. Then obviously if we move into the bungalow, get the cats back into the bungalow and spend some time in there, I'll be able to walk around there and get myself walking slowly. Not that I do, but I'll be able to walk without them and keep them somewhere safe. Not that I like being around the bungalow, it's the neighbourhood is not as nice as it used to be, and I don't feel safe there. That's another reason why I do leave the area in the lorry, but that's another story. But yeah, this is my time out, and so far I've loved it. I've spent more time away from the bungalow than there in the lorry, and this has been really nice. So this little North Yorkshire adventure, as I say, it's turned around to be something a bit different to what I'd hoped, but at the same time it's still been very good. It's made me aware of my limitations, just how my disabilities and other things affect me, what I do and don't need, what makes me happy. You wouldn't think a dirty layby and a couple of cats that scares me would make me happy, but I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that the fact that I am in this situation, that I can just sit out and do nothing with the cats if that's I'm so inclined. But yeah, you can see I'm happier out here, even though it's put me through every single emotion going. But now it's down to me to sort of get my diet sorted and my exercise and my health sorted. Obviously, I can't make myself perfect, but I can certainly help to stop things being worse. But at the same time, I've also got to get the bungalow sorted and that bed sorted, just in case and when I do have my relapses and go bad, and winter's obviously a big time for that. But yeah, I'm not going to manifest that. Whilst I can drive and cope with this girl, then all the better. But I do miss being able to drive and not think about. Obviously, with the HGV, you're so aware of everything all the time. It's extra vigilance with driving something so big, so your head gets even more tired. Whereas before, with the van and the cars and that, you just sit and drive and enjoy the countryside and just be, just a normal driving. Whereas this is a different thing altogether. So I can't really rest until I stop. And then of course I'm on cat watch then. Anyway, I waffled for such a long time. Just a huge thank you. Thanks to Ian, who has been there, who's just sort of done wonders on Grace. So grateful. And he said, if she doesn't go through the MOT, then I know Ian would be the one where she'll go to and where she'll be looked after and get a new lease of life and things like that. And he deserves that. But hopefully we can get her through. And then she'll either stay with me for the year if I can cope with her, or at least she'll then have a year's MOT to help, with the value and going forward. For anything else that may come my way and do swapsies, but I've really got to try and stay with her for the year, and then when the year ends, I can get myself up and about, try and get myself some self-employed work and just push on and get myself back on track, and make things better, or I don't know, see what my health's like, see what my private life things are going on, what that situation's like. It's like right now I can't even drive all the way down to my mum's, but that's a different story. And I've had enough health scares on my own, I've had enough health scares of my family. That is still all underlying, and I just want to make the most of life while we've got that chance. I suppose we all do that, and with the world being so unstable and it's a mess at the moment, and cost of living going so high, there's a lot of risk out there for everybody trying to survive and thrive. So all we can do is keep positive, keep pushing on and be grateful for everything we've got and keep smiling. Anyway, much love to you all, and I hope you enjoy the vlogs that are coming up. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.